It all started in 2010. An anonymous user on 4chan made a post about a mysterious entity with white eyes, hiding in the distant fog. You already know who I am talking about. I will not be talking about him. No. Today we will dive into the lesser known Minecraft creepypastas. The ones you have heard before. The ones you have forgotten. In October 2017, a player named Jack was playing in a single-player world in Minecraft version 1.12. The world was open to LAN using Hamachi, so he and his friends could play together, but none of them were online. Jack wanted to go to the Nether, so he began looking around for some obsidian in a cave, and in a few minutes, he found it. He mined 14 blocks, and then he returned home. When he got to it, however, he noticed it was not as he left it. It now looked very Nether-inspired, with the oak wood being replaced with netherrack, and the cobblestone swapped for nether bricks. Jack was very confused. He did not know why his house changed while he was gone, and he decided to look inside to see if anything else had changed. Once inside, he saw that the house was empty. Chests, crafting table, everything was gone, except for a shulker box. Inside, he found a single written book. It was signed with just a single dot. This made Jack think that maybe it was one of his friends trying to scare him. He checked the Hamachi logs, but no one except him joined the world that day. After a few moments, Jack noticed a message in the chat. 1241 joined the game. Jack did not recognize them, but their name reminded him of the Music Disc 11 Easter egg. If you put the disc's audio through a spectrogram, you will see the numbers 12418. A signature left by the artist behind Minecraft's original soundtrack, C418. The presence of the unknown player was unnerving. Jack tried to remove them from the world, but as he was trying to do that, his computer froze, and he got the blue screen of death. He then proceeded to restart his computer. The first thing he did after the computer restarted was to check if the mysterious player was still in the world. He opened Hamachi, and to his relief, the player was gone. Now that the unknown player was gone, Jack entered his Minecraft world once again, but to his surprise, he was not in his house anymore. He was now in the Nether, on top of the Nether roof. He started looking around, unsure what to do, until he noticed another player staring at him from a distance. Hamachi showed there should not be anyone else connected to Jack's world, which terrified him. Jack could no longer move his character's head. It was stuck looking at the player in the distance. He started panicking to the point he could hear his own heartbeat through his headphones. He quickly closed out of Minecraft, but before that, he managed to take a screenshot of the entity. Jack ended up deleting the world, and he shut down the Hamachi server. After all of this, he kept wondering who that person was up there in the Nether, and who was the 1241 player that joined his world in the first place. He decided to open the screenshot he took of the entity, hoping to get answers to his questions. But instead, he got chills down his spine when he realized the entity was not in the distance anymore. It was closer, staring straight at Jack. The next story is about a friendly player who joined a group of friends playing Minecraft. She seemed harmless and innocent, until one of them disappeared without a trace. In April 2013, a girl named Eve was playing Minecraft with her friends on a private multiplayer server. They were all on a Skype voice call, trying to finish a build, when all of a sudden, one of Eve's friends noticed a new player and asked, "Who is the girl standing next to Eve?" Eve turned around and noticed an unknown player. They had a skin she had seen before, a skin from Skinpedia named Frost Girl. An icy-looking girl wearing a blue sweater, shirts and boots. The unknown player's username was Frost Girl, so Eve and her friends figured the player was a girl. The new player did not seem scary. She was acting nicely, but she was also flirty towards the guys. None of them fell for it, except for Eve's close friend Max. They all refer to her as Frost Girl, because she will not reveal her name, not even to Max. Frost Girl played on the server for about 10 months, and she befriended Eve and her friends. Max and Frost Girl became an online couple. Outside of Minecraft, Eve and her other friends, except Max, referred to Frost Girl as the Catfish. It had been 5 months since Frost Girl and Max had been together, and they were serious about it. One day, Eve decided to go to Max's house to study with him. They were in his dad's office. Suddenly, Max stood up straight and said, "I have something to tell you." He opened his school binder, and inside were pages and pages of Minecraft chat logs. They were all between Max and Frost Girl. As Eve read through them, she could see the first time Max and Frost Girl spoke. The first time he called her his girlfriend. The first time Frost Girl said, "I love you." Max had kept everything, but the last few pages scared Eve. Max and Frost Girl were talking about airplane costs, marriage laws, and eloping. "I'm going to leave this place. I need to be with her. I can't take being apart anymore." Max started digging further into his binder, and he brought out plane tickets. "I bought them with my mom's credit card." Eve, concerned, asked if he even knew her real name. Max replied, "No, but we can find out." Max logged into his Minecraft account, and then he joined the private server that Frost Girl was on. The following is a transcript of their conversation. "Hey, hi babe, look, what's your real name? We've been together for so long. I feel like I need to know." "My real name? Yeah, Mraz. My name is Mraz." Before Max could respond, she left the game. Eve tried to convince Max not to leave, telling him Frost Girl could be a dangerous person, but he wouldn't listen. Feeling frustrated, Eve left Max's house, thinking he would slip it off and he would realize this was a terrible idea. But the next morning, Eve got a call from Max's mother, asking Eve if she knew where Max was, because he was missing. Eve tried to explain the whole situation to her, but it was too late. She never saw Max again. Years after the incident, Eve was playing Spleg on the HiveMC server when she got shocked by something. She saw Frost Girl flirting with another player. Our final story was about a person creating a Minecraft machinima, but every time they would watch it, it would become more and more broken until everything became real. A person downloaded Minimator wanting to create an animation about Notch fighting Herobrine. After working on it for a few hours, the player finished the animation. They exported it as a video and named it Notch.avi. When they opened the video, it seemed fine. It was Notch fighting Herobrine. They were happy with how it came out, but it was late, so they decided to go to sleep. The next morning, they turned on their computer, ready to upload the video to the internet. After their operating system booted up, they were expecting the usual notification from expired programs and other junk. But instead of all that, their video from last night started playing. They thought they maybe have left the video open, or perhaps they didn't shut down the computer correctly. As they were watching the video, they noticed it was a bit different. The video was black and white, like an old TV, and it made strange sounds. The video was still watchable. You could see Notch fighting Herobrine, but something was wrong. The person did not remember adding all of those effects and audio to the video, so they closed it and opened the folder of the original video file. The thumbnail of the video file had static all over it, and the video had the same effects applied to it. The person was a bit mad, but they decided it was an interesting effect, so they were going to upload it as is. They checked the video once more before uploading it. This time the video changed again. Everything was the same, but Herobrine disappeared. There was only Notch, and he was fighting with an invisible Herobrine. The person was wondering what's going on, so they decided to open the video again. This time, all the buildings and weapons were gone, Notch appearing to just punch the air. Out of curiosity to see what might happen next, they opened the video again. This time, Notch did not fight anymore. He just turned around and stared at the person's screen. He swung his arm, and then the video stopped. The next day, when the person came home from work, they opened the video again. They believed maybe the weird stuff happening to the video were just rendering glitches. This time, when they opened the video, there were 4 sheep. Notch came off the screen and started stabbing each one of them with a diamond sword. However, the sheep did not use the normal death animation. It looked very realistic, and there was blood everywhere. Notch slowly turned his head to the screen before sprinting toward it. Notch's eyes were blank, and the person could hear distorted laughter in the background. The person got really scared, so they sent the video file to their friends, but they said it was just a normal Minecraft animation of Notch fighting Herobrine. The person told their friends to reopen the video, but nothing changed. The video was the same. The person could not believe any of this, so they opened the video again. This time, it wasn't Minecraft anymore. The person could see their own bedroom, as if it were recorded through their own webcam. In the corner of the video, they could see a shadowy figure, and it was slowly getting closer to them. You might have forgotten many of these stories, but he never forgot you. He was always there, watching you. And no matter how much you try to erase him, he will never forget you.